Here we go now.
Happy Thursday, Boulder peeps! Welcome back for another exciting episode. Ako po si Nico Loco, and you are watching Brief Encounter, your most playful Thursday habit, only here on the Boulder channel. Brief Encounter serves you with the right mix of fun and inspiring features, plus a little mini pinch of naughtiness. Well, a lot of naughtiness. Bet nyo, bakit hindi? So join me in this Brief Encounter. We have a fresh and exciting episode for you guys tonight. Lockdown has changed the way we consume culture, and TV may never be the same again. I hate to say that, but good things are happening. It might be for the better. A new approach to creating content has begun to emerge from the ruins of normality. We're seeing that here in the Philippines right now. Creative output has become more intimate with a focus on individual experiences, replacing high production values. Ngayong gabi, we are joined by veteran filmmaker, screenwriter, and actor, and scriptwriter, Direk Palmos, and new breed director, producer, and owner of Signal Fire Incorporated, Direk Elvin Palmiano. Good evening,
Hi,
Direk.
Nico. Hi,
Hello,
Nico.
Elvin. Kumusta?
Thank you sa pag-invite. Okay naman.
Yes, it's my pleasure to have you, Direk. I'm very excited to interview you tonight.
Thank you.
I think, guys, we're still waiting for Direct Ed, so I'm going to start off with some questions and ask Direct Elvin muna, and Direct Ed will make habol muna, or mamaya, sorry.
Yes.
So, Direct Elvin, I'll start my first question with, could you
Sure.
briefly share with us your film industry journey with a flashback of your most memorable and influential film?
Actually, galing ako sa news talaga from GMA. Tapos,
Okay.
nagdo-documentary. Since sumabay yung documentary sa mga film festival, doon,
Oo.
nag-join kami ng documentary. Tapos, hanggang nag-join na kami ng mga film talaga. Papasok na kami ng mga short film. Ayun. Tapos, last 2019 lang yung short film namin nanalo sa pista ng pelikulang Pilipino. Ayun
Okay.
yung bawat.
Nanalo ka ng Best Director or nanalo siya ng Best Picture?
Best Director.
Best Director, congrats.
Yes.
Wow. That's always exciting when you get awarded and appreciated for your efforts as a director.
Thank you.
So, anong most memorable and influential film? Is it that short film that you won the award on? Correct?
Actually, mas documentary talaga yung style na ginagawa ko eh. First time
okay.
ko lang na gumawa ng may ano talaga, na may story talaga.
Oo.
Yung 2019 pa mismo.
So is documentary your passion or gusto
Yes.
mong maglipat sa ibang genres?
At unti-unti ako lumilipat sa ibang genre ngayon.
Oo. Just to try something new.
Yes.
Ganon. My next question for you, Direk, would be, how do you think your upbringing has influenced your obre? And I just learned this word, guys, today, obre. You know what it means, Direk?
Obra.
Obra. Obra.
Actually, siguro yung the way kung paano ko palakihin ng father ko. Kasi strict yun eh. Strict yun. Tapos, mahilig siya magbasa talaga. Tapos every time na nakikita ko yun, ginagaya ko siya. Tapos doon ako nakaka-relate doon sa mga binabasa ko. Okay itong ano. Tapos nung nag-aral na ako ng film, mas may impact pala pag ginagawa mo na yung story mo, yung nababasa mo into visual. Kumbaga, mas naiintindihan ng mga tao. Yun yung nag-i-impluwensya sa akin, yung father ko. Kasi, hilig talaga niya magbasa, tapos strict siya. Same din ako. Actually ngayon sa production, mas strict ako kasi gusto ko detailed yung pagkakagawa talaga ng film talaga. Ayun.
So nasa film din siya dati.
Mahilig lang talaga siya magbasa ng libro.
Talaga? Okay. So anong work niya?
Engineer siya eh.
Engineer siya.
Ang layo.
Ang layo eh.
Like,
when you were a kid, did you know that you wanted to be a filmmaker? Or did that passion grow later on in your life?
Hindi. Mas ako, journalist. Mahilig ako magsulat that time. Tapos yun, magbasa. Tapos nung nakagraduate ako sa UP ng Broadcasting Communication, news talaga yung pinasok ko. Kasi tapos hanggang nung sumabay yung documentary sa mga film festival, doon ako nagkahilig na, okay pa lang film. Okay pa lang docu sa film talaga. Tapos yun, tapos unti-unti na rin ako nag-change ng genre. At hindi ko subukan na mag-fight naman ng genre bukod dun sa docu talaga.
Maganda yung journey mo, Direk. And Direk Ed is with us. Hello, Direk Ed. Narinig mo ako? Parang walang audio, Direk Ed. Hindi kita marinig. Wala pa. Sige, Direk Alvin, I'll ask you another question while Direk Ed is figuring out his sound.
Ba't naka-mute daw ang mic?
Ayun! Narinig mo ako?
Narinig kita.
Hello, Direk Ed. Good evening. Kumusta?
Hello, narinig kita.
Kumusta, Direk? Okay ka lang? Hello, hello.
Oh, okay.
Yan. So, Direk Ed, I want to ask you a question because I just asked Direk Elvin these two questions. So I want to start off with this one. Could you briefly share your film industry journey with a flashback of your most memorable and influential film? Hello, Direk.
Pero walang sound.
Ayan. Narinig kita. May sound, may audio
Oh,
na.
walang sound eh. Okay. Narinig kita.
Ayun, yun. Narinig mo ang question ko or hindi naman?
Audio lang ba ito? Audio lang?
Hello, hello?
Audio lang o audio video?
Both. Nakikita mo
Nakikita
ako,
mo
Direk?
ako?
Oo,
Nakikita mo ako?
Oo, nakikita kita.
Okay.
Yun. Narinig mo ang question ko?
Saan siya na kaya hina ng signal dito eh?
Okay lang, Direk. Saan ka?
Kasi kabubuhos ng ulan. Strong rain.
Ay, okay. Makasulan. Sige, Direk. I'll repeat the question. I think hindi mo narinig ang question ko. So I'll say it one more time. Could you briefly share with us your film industry journey with a flashback of your most memorable and influential film?
Choppy siya, choppy.
Choppy. Sige. Direk, we'll continue with you while Direk figures out his signal. I think mahina ang signal niya. My next question for you, Direk Alvin, is what keeps you motivated? Especially lalo na my pandemic, it's very trying times for everybody, not just filmmakers, but I think lahat ng tao sa mundo. So what keeps you motivated?
Sa akin, siguro sa film, yung mga director na nananalo sa international.
Yes.
Kasi, maraming pinagdaanan yan, lalo na itong pandemic. Maraming sinakripisyo yan. Tapos, ganun yung mangyari, mananalo sila international. Like Eric Mati, di ba?
Yes.
Manalo sila sa ano. Same din, parang ako na, ano pa kaya ako, kung naggagawa nila, ba't hindi ko rin subukan, di ba? So, yun yung nagiging inspiration ko, yun yung nagiging motivation ko para i-push yung bagay na gusto kong mangyari, lalo na sa film. Kahit na alam kong mahirap, kahit na malaki yung sakripisyo, pero ano ba naman yung makakapanood nun, marami namang, may lesson naman na makukuha. Ayun.
Yes. Tama. I mean, actor lang ako, but I had the opportunity of producing a series, taking on the executive producer role, and grabe yung mga sacrifices that filmmakers go through, and directors, producers, lahat. And minsan, I think challenging to create a film or a series, and there's points where you want to quit or parang it doesn't feel worth it anymore. But I think tama ka. I mean, there's people that we look up to, like Direk Eric Mati and mga international filmmakers, and seeing them win awards abroad shows us that, maraming talents sa Pilipinas. And
Correct.
I hope that people like you and other directors and filmmakers can showcase their talents kasi maraming talent dito sa Pinas.
Exactly.
Which kind of leads me into my next question, Direk Elvin. Tell us your most challenging creative projects pre-pandemic and bakit?
Siguro, hindi naman siguro. Actually, budget, financial. Yung pandemic, ang daming rule, di ba? Bis na nakafocus ka lang sa venue, sa production, hindi. Meron pang mga pang swab test, may mga nurse ka pang babayaran, doctor, para secure kayo, di ba? Tapos ngayon, meron pang mga lock-in taping.
Lock-in,
siyempre, rerentahan mo yung buong lugar, di ba? So, yun, mga ganon. Una pa lang, financial. Pangalawa, tao. Kailangan mong magbawas eh. Hindi pwedeng marami kayo eh. Sobrang challenge yun.
Parang 50% ng production is allowed to be on set, right?
Minsan
Hindi
nga
ba?
minsan ang nangyayari, minsan pag ako nagpo-produce, ako na rin yung production manager.
Oo.
Halos same lang naman din yung ginagawa. So, di ba? Yung mga ganang bagay, nagdo-doble-doble na yung trabaho. Pero okay lang. Pero kasi pag gano'n, mas marami kang matututunan. Kahit na challenge siya para sa akin. Ang dami mong nakukuhang aral doon sa nangyayari sa inyo sa production.
Tama. And
Ayun.
it seems like this is going to be the new normal. I'm not sure for how long, pero siguro for the next 2 years we'll be doing this. And
Exactly, correct.
kaya laban lang because wala tayong choice talaga. It's just we have to accept it.
True. True.
And parang dapat magiging mas creative sa budgeting and scheduling
Mm.
and sa mga logistics when planning a film because tama, it's not like before where maluwag talaga, we can do anything and
Mm.
okay lang yan, right? But now,
Saka hindi mo
so,
iintindihin yung ibang hindi mo iintindihin yung ibang trabaho. Kumbaga kung ano
yeah,
lang yung position mo, doon lang yung focus. Ngayon kasi, iniisip mo, paano yung gamit, tas
oo,
story pa, kumbaga nagdo-doble-doble yung gagawin mo. Ayun.
tama. I mean, I think the only thing I've enjoyed about the shooting projects during the pandemic is now, kasi lock in most of, well, my shoots for series and even films, dapat tapos na yung script, like kompleto yung script, kompleto
Mm.
yung sequence guide. So as an actor, I can prepare way earlier. Kasi dati, I would get the script the morning of. And at that point, I'm just trying to memorize lang. Forget internalization of the character or anything like that, or performance-wise. I'm just trying to memorize, and hopefully, naman, my performance is somewhat respectable on the day of the shoot. So that's the only positive I think for actors that I've noticed is we
Saka,
get this way before.
okay yan para sa inyo kasi kung challenge lang din ang pag-uusapan, mas matcha-challenge ka sa sarili mo na, alam mo yun, kung paano
Yeah.
i-arte ng mabilisan
Tama.
habang binabasa mo yung script.
Oo nga. Now, my next question, how would you describe your creative process and filmmaking style? Sa mga films mo that you've done in the past, kahit documentary or even for news, briefly describe to me your creative process and filmmaking style.
Ako kasi, hands-on kasi ako sa lahat eh. Bukod
Oo.
sa binivisualize ko yung story, mas gusto ko na nakikita ko rin from pre-prod to post-prod yung
Oo.
mga nangyayari. Kasi, alam mo yun, para mas lumabas talaga yung gusto mong ma-visual sa film talaga. Kasi kumbaga pag natapos mo yung film, hindi ka manghihinayang na parang may kulang.
Oo.
Kumbaga, sinimulan mo eh. Kumbaga nag-hands ka from the start so hanggang matapos, yun.
Yes.
So, gano'n yung madalas na ginagawa ko.
Oo. And sa mga documentaries mo and even the short film that you were telling me about na nanalo ka ng award, what would you say the style of those were? Do you have a specific na style that when people watch Derek Elvin, they'll know, okay, that's Derek Elvin?
Mas
Halata yan.
tumututok ako dun sa mas nagpo-focus ako sa gusto kong ipunto. Yung gusto kong palabasin dun sa film. Para
Oo.
kasi sa akin mas doon ako sa story na mas nakaka-relate ako dun sa gusto kong palabasin compare doon sa ganda ng palabas. Kahit,
Yes.
okay, maganda yung cinematography pero wala naman ako naintindihan, di ba?
Yes.
Mas doon ako sa gusto kong palabasin. Para, alam mo yun, hindi lang yung ako yung makaka-relate. Kahit
Yes.
ultimo yung mga makakapanood, uy, o nga no, pwedeng mangyari sa akin yan, no? Yung mga ganong bagay. Yeah.
Oo nga, kasi sayang, like you said, even if the cinematography is nice, if
That's
mga
not
tao,
real.
if they can't relate to it, well, sayang eh. Kasi I think,
Correct.
ako din, when I'm watching a movie, I base a lot of the movie and how I critique it on how well I can relate sa pelikula. If I can't relate to it, well, nakakainip yan. Para sa akin.
Totoo.
Diba?
Totoo.
Going forward, Direk Alvin, what are some genres that you'd like to explore in film?
Action.
Action?
Action.
Ano yan, no? Action.
Action. Actually, idol ko idol ko si Eric Mati talaga. Pag
Magaling
gumawa ng action talaga,
Yes.
kala mo totoo eh. hindi mo mararamdaman yung mga talent eh. Para
Yes.
silang mga ordinaryong tao na, uy, parang ako yan parang pwedeng, alam mo yun, pag nabaril ka, parang pwedeng ikaw yun. Yung mga ganung bagay na hindi mo feel na umaarte sila eh.
Tama. Ibang klase ang mga action movies, 'di ba?
Exactly.
Compared to shooting a
Sa ibang
comedy,
actually, totoo.
'di ba? Parang ibang klase. I'm trying to think. Buy Bust was directed by Eric Batty, 'di ba?
Yes.
'Di ba? Buy Bust. I remember seeing that movie in theaters, and you say there's not that many action movies in Filipino cinema. Like, mahira talaga if you see a very well shot action movie. Kasi we always have budget constraints, diba? And usually to shoot action movies or horror movies, dapat malaki ang budget mo. And that's our biggest, I think, challenge here in the Philippines. So when I saw Buy Bust, like, na-amaze ako. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. And that was actually when I first heard of Eric Mati. And then I've been following him ever since, and magaling talaga siya.
Actually, totoo.
How has technology in general influenced your work, Direk Alvin?
Sa akin ngayon, mas naabutan ko na kasi yung mga gamit na mas madali na lang compare dati na mano-mano daw. paano nila sinishoot. Pati yung mga script, di ba? Yung mga binabasa pa sa prompter, yung mga ganong bagay. Ngayon kasi alam mo na agad, may cinematographer ka na, tapos alam na agad nila kung anong camera na kailangan. Mga ganong bagay. Kumbaga nakakadali na siya lalo na sa post-production.
Yes.
Ayun, kumbaga konting konting adjust na lang okay na yung film mo Unlike dati talaga na from the scratch talaga hanggang sa matapos matindi yung gawa kasi mano-mano.
My experience ka sa post-production, Direk, or you're mainly in production talaga?
Production lang Nanonood ako, post-production, yung mga ganun. Tapos nakikita ko sila mga nagko-color grade, paano nila ini-edit yung mga video. Tapos ako na minsan, since nag-hands-on ako, minsan ako yung tumipili ng mga tamang shot, mga angulo na mas maganda. Ayun.
Actually, I think for directors, I think they like being there in the editing process, especially kahit sa offline editing.
Correct.
Because, I mean, they're the ones who were directing the shots, of course. So, feeling ko, they have an image in their mind of how they see the film looking, as opposed to just getting an editor na lang and outsourcing it to them. Baka ibang vision nila, right? Yeah, kasi I was saying na I'm taking on an executive producer role sa series ko, and I've been sitting in on the offline post-production. And grabe, it's a whole other world. I never realized how much work went into it on the offline editing, the color grading, sounds, VFX, lahat. Like, it's just grabe. Sobrang magaling sila, and I never realized actually how much work goes into the post-production stage. Share your principles of sustainable film production.
Una, passion. Yung prinsipyo na that passion mo buo. Hindi lang siya pera-pera. Alam mo yun? Kasi kung pera-pera, madali mo lang naman hindi naman madali pero makukuha mo yan Pero yung passion, binigay mo doon,
Tama.
hindi lang alam mo yun, hindi lang, kumbaga magiging kontento ka doon sa mga sa nagawa mo eh.
Oo.
Diba? Hindi dahil malaki yung budget, kumbaga hindi dahil naibigay ng budget yung kailangan mo. Pero yung passion na inilabas mo doon sa story at doon sa ginawa mo para sa pelikula, iba yun eh. Ayun.
Tama. I think you hit the nail on the head. Dapat may passion ka sa industry because if wala kang passion and you're just in it for the money, leave the
Correct.
industry. Kasi, I mean, my mga projects where it's lugi or it doesn't work out and you're not going to make any money on it. Actually, you're going to have lugi na lang. Kaya you really have to have passion because maraming beses na you'll be tested, I think, as a filmmaker and you'll be tempted to quit, to
Yes.
give up. Maraming beses na. Even as an actor, I mean, I've had so many occasions where gusto kong sumuko just because wala akong projects or maraming no's as opposed to yes. I'm auditioning pero walang green light, walang roles. May beses na ganyan. Like, I think you have to have passion to be in this industry. How would you define a toxic film industry? Discuss some toxic practices in the industry that you witness right now sa mga projects mo or in your past.
Actually, wala pa naman masyadong talagang toxic talaga. Siguro kung may toxic man yung sorry pero yung hindi susuportahan ng kapwa mo Pilipino yung palabas mo. Kapwa mo Pilipino.
Oo.
Para sa akin, toxic yun kasi pinaghirapan ng production niya tapos, di ba, hindi naman ganun susuportahan. Yan. Para sa akin, pero kung technical, wala sa ngayon wala pa naman ako nakikita.
Okay. Nothing you've experienced pa.
Yes,
in terms of toxic practices. I mean, I think show business is extremely toxic. As an actor and as a celebrity, I feel it's the most extremely toxic thing you can ever get into. And I was reading a quote actually the other day. Kalimutan ko yung exact name ng actress, pero Hollywood actress siya. Sinabi niya, you would have to be a sociopath to want to be a celebrity. Sabi niya. No, I was thinking about that when I asked you this question. Sobrang toxic ang film industry. Pero going back to our previous question, we go through all of that hell, all of that madness because we have a passion for film. And like Elvin, I always say, even when I guest mga young actors, up and coming actors sa show ko, I always say if you're in this industry to be famous, to make money, don't do it. Wag na.
Correct.
Wag naman. Like I say, you really have to have a passion for the craft of acting and film. And if you have that passion, then push. Laban. Because it's a very hard industry emotionally, psychologically, lahat. And there's 1,000 no's to every yes. Para sa akin, I don't know if you I don't know if you experience that as a director. Na may idea ka or may script ka, tapos you pitch it to either a financier or a producer and ayaw nila.
Siguro kasi for me normal na yun eh. Kahit hindi naman tayo nagpi-film, di ba? Kahit sa corporate tayo, same din na may toxic talaga eh.
Well, yan.
Well, sa akin kasi kapag gano'n na kunyari may mga pinitch ka talaga, nakakainis, masakit, pero challenge for me sa akin yun na baka may kulang o baka may mas okay, di ba? Yun na lang yung tinitignan ko eh. May mga ganong side na lang para hindi ka masyadong matoxic. Bagay natin, normal naman na sa showbiz yun.
Totoo
may mga ganun talaga.
Maganda yung mindset mo Direk. Pahingi yung mindset mo, please.
Sure. Kahit ikaw mismo kung may napapansin ka sa showbiz mismo, sa mga talent, mas
Yeah.
tignan mo yung yung sarili mo na iba ka kung paano umarte do sa ibang tao. Kahit
Yes.
bago man tayo luma, magkakaiba
Mm.
pa rin tayo, 'di ba? Kung hindi man
Tama.
tayo ma-appreciate ng iba, iba kasi yung style ko. Yun lang
Yes.
yun. Yun, mga ganong bagay.
Oo. Gets ko yan. My last question before we go on a quick break is,
Okay.
how do you think the industry is changing, and what are the toughest aspects of making a film today?
Ah,
Then question yan.
medyo mahirap tapos nga.
Oh, mahirap na question.
Siguro ngayon mas yung mga film ngayon kung ikukumpara ko dati mas deep yung mga story dati.
Tama.
Ngayon kasi although deep naman pero nakukuha mo agad yung story sa umpisa pa lang eh.
Yes.
Diba? Ngayon sa ibang pelikula, sa ibang kasi mas nakikita ko kung paano yung cinematography talaga. Tapos yung artista, kung sikat ka, kukunin ka kahit hindi ka naman magaling umarte. Yun. Yung mga ganong sorry. Sorry, pero di ba? Pero dati kasi talagang alam mo yun na like Lino Broca, di ba? Yung mga artista niya dati talagang madadala ka talaga eh. Hindi doon sa artista eh. Yung story kasi magaling yung magdala yung mga talent niya eh. Yun yung isa pa pagkakaiba. Ayun.
It's interesting. Actually, I would have to agree with you. And just to add to your point, that napansin ko, mas mababaw ang storylines sa panahon ngayon on TV especially, and naging mas sexy na ang storylines, I noticed. Like, especially sa Pinas, medyo conservative dito sa Pinas, and especially the content they show in film. Pero like my Viva Max, my maraming BL series, and sobrang daring ang content. Nagulat ako like what they're showing now, and I think maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I think it'd be nice for the Philippines cinema and entertainment industry to go a little more liberal and have the opportunity to show more edgy stories. Because I think medyo and what's the way of putting this? My tunnel vision, I think
siguro way yan to marketing strategy.
Yes.
'Di ba? Para
Tama.
Kung iba yung makikita mo, syempre panonoorin ka nga naman. Kahit na wala namang ganong ka story talaga. 'Di ba?
Parang easy quick entertainment.
Exactly. Sorry sa mga
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. My dear Thursdays, more creative talks with Derek Elvin when Brief Encounter returns. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back, guys. I just want to give a quick hi to our Kumu viewers. Maraming salamat, guys, for joining us. We were supposed to have 2 guests tonight, but I think Derek Ed was having some technical issues and mahina ang signal niya. So Derek Elvin is pulling the load today. I hope you're okay with that, Derek. My spotlight sa iyo eh.
Okay lang.
So welcome back, guys, to Brief Encounter with Derek Elvin. I'm going to jump right back into the questions. Derek Elvin, what is Signal Fire? As I mentioned that in your introduction, Signal Fire Incorporated, and what are your services?
Okay, Signal Fire is a production agency. Mostly mas ginagawa namin is TV commercials, corporate,
PPC.
documentary. Pero yung film is a passion project. Kumbaga, yun na yung give back namin dun sa company. Na lahat ng yung mga may-ari kasi ng Signal Fire, lahat kami talaga, hilig talaga namin ng film. Pero mas nag-focus kami sa TV commercials ngayon. Dahil na rin sa pandemic.
Part owner ka or are you just a director sa mismong company?
Same. Owner din, tapos director and producer ako doon.
Okay. So it seems like you guys are doing TVCs and corporate stuff right now, pero you're looking to go more into film and possibly do indie films.
Yes.
Very nice. What's some of your most recent projects, commercials, documentaries?
Sa commercial, mas ang huling huling ginawa namin is for Mega World International.
Mega World.
World. For TFC. Yun yung ginawa namin. Tapos ang ginagawa din namin for commercial is more social media din, marketing.
Okay.
Ayun. Tapos ngayon dapat magjo-join kami din sa Cinemalaya. Kasi nagkaroon kami ng problema sa venue. Nagkaroon kami ng problema sa venue kasi na-lockdown yung lugar.
Oh, no.
So hindi kami pwede mag-shoot.
So hindi tuloy yung entry sa Cinemalaya.
Hindi na kami nakapasok talaga. Pero napasok yung story namin, yung pitch namin.
Tinanggap nila.
Natanggap naman. Ayun.
Sayang. For next year na lang.
Sana pag na-shoot.
Sayang.
Correct.
That would have been your first indie film under Signal Fire?
Hindi. Hindi naman.
May ibang indie films na already. Okay. All right, Derek. Let's do some rapid questions. I'm sure you know the drill, but what I'm going to do is ask some short questions related to the entertainment industry, and let's make cuento. Let's talk about it. My first question is, if you could trade lives with someone, who would it be?
Siyempre, Eric Mati.
Eric Mati, Slowly talaga, no?
Sobra. Idol.
Idol. Ako, if I could trade lives with somebody, I think it would be Tom Cruise. Yeah, I love
kamukha mo?
I don't know.
Parang kang batang Tom Cruise. Yan, pwede.
Sige, I'll take that. I'll take that, Derek. Salamat po. My next question, if you could erase one event from history, which one would you erase?
Ano bang event yun? Siguro itong pandemic lang na pag nag-shoot kami. Ilang beses kami, siguro sa isang buwan, ilang shoot kami, so ilang swab test yun.
Oo.
Sakit, diba? Sakit na. Yan, yung mga event na yan na ayoko na matandaan. Kahit sabihin mong malaki yung babayaran sa'yo, pero alam mo yan, butas na butas yung ilong mo.
Tama yan. Ayoko ng nose swab. Grabe.
Correct.
Nakatakot. That was a very good answer. I was thinking the Holocaust. I would probably erase the Holocaust from history. Diba?
Tama.
If I could erase one thing, it'd probably be the Holocaust or this pandemic, because we're going through it right now. So it feels even worse. Soundtrack. Next question, call. Soundtrack of your life at present. So a soundtrack that would siguro describe your life.
Sa akin, The Moment of Truth ng soundtrack ng Karate Kid.
Okay. Okay.
Ganda yung message nun. Parang
anong message yan?
get up. Parang every time na madadapa ka, get up and move forward. You know?
Maganda yan.
Kasi yung moment of truth, makukuha mo sa bandang huli.
Maganda yan. No?
Exactly.
That's a hard one. I would just say, siguro, Panalangan by Apple Hiking Society. Hindi ko alam kung bakit, pero I just love that song. It's like one of my favorite OPM songs. Next question ko. Direk, most important thing you've learned from another creative or filmmaker?
Yung siguro, yung paano sila mag-focus sa ginagawa nila, lalo na sa story. Doon ako nabibilib eh. Mas ano sila doon sa story talaga eh. Doon sila nagko-concentrate. Yung iba kasi na nasa mahal kong director, mas technical eh. The cinematography, the way kung paano yung kailangan kalabasan. Pero mas gusto ko yung mga director na story ang focus. Ayun.
Okay, you're really focusing on making sure that the storytelling is maganda. Yan ang main focus mo. Like, di ba you started in writing? That was your starting point in production.
Correct.
So, I mean, it's very bagay yan for you to say that because you started off as a writer. And actually, napansin ko to, the directors that I've really enjoyed working with the most are writers. They started off as writers. Talaga. Because I think when you come from writing, you really have magandang vision sa buong story, and you can really piece together the whole thing and see the big picture, as opposed to someone that has no experience in writing at all. They have a hard time seeing the big picture, I think. Para sa akin, I just napansin ko yan. Na all the great directors that I've worked with, they all started or have experience in writing. Next question, go direct. This is a short one. Spontaneity or stability?
Stability. Doon ako stability.
Bakit?
Siyempre, mas okay na establish ka doon sa ginagawa mo kaysa yung spontaneous, di ba? May makilala ka. Tama ba ako? Ayun. Kasi para sa akin, kahit ako kahit naman hindi ako makilala, ang importante yung maging stable lahat ng mga ginagawa ko na nagagawa ko sa film at kung paano dumadating dun sa mga manonood.
Yes.
Mas importante yun para sa akin. Ayun.
Tama yan. I think even as a filmmaker or as an actor, once you achieve stability, parang that's when you've mastered your trade.
Exactly.
Kasi pag may stable projects, stable work, you're really wanted. You're really being accepted by the industry. I think that's also what I strive for. I would definitely pick stability as an actor. I'm not there pa, pero malapit na ako. But I still feel like medyo spontaneous ang mga projects ko, and I'm still looking forward to every month and wondering, okay, well, the schedule is a little light this month. Hopefully things will come in. Hopefully I can get to the point where, okay, my schedule is booked for the next 8 months ahead. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Next question ko, worst habit?
Worst habit. Worst habit ko. Ako, habit bang malate?
Talaga? I think parang bad habit of every Filipino, no?
Exactly. Kasi minsan pag, lalo na ngayong pandemic, di ba? Parang masanay ka na lang na sa bahay, yung oras mo, hawak mo. At saka pag may project, hindi ka sanay na, na maaga ka nang mapasok, maaga ka doon sa venue. Yun, madalas nalilate ako or minsan nga hindi na ako nagpupunta eh. Online na lang ako minsan eh. Lalo na pag producer ako, hindi ako nagdi-direct. Yun, nag-go online na lang ako eh.
Parang mas okay. I mean, mas okay yan, diba? I feel like that's one positive the pandemic has brought us. Parang mas efficient na tayo in terms of meetings and prod meetings and lahat.
Exactly.
Like, we could have done it before all on Zoom and we didn't have to go and embrace the traffic sa labas.
Totoo. Pero alam mo, ang ikinatatakot ko dito sa ganito, sa situation na ganyan lang.
Oo.
Mabubura yung yung culture natin
Yeah.
na like sa film
Oo.
lahat pwede nang sa TV na lang, pwede sa laptop na lang. Nawawala na yung movie house. Kumbaga, iba yun di ba? Iba yung andun ka talaga Tapos
Totoo.
iba yung pag may meeting ka,
Yeah.
mas maganda yung personal kasi
Yeah.
mas nakikita yung reaction, mas naiintindihan mo yung gusto compare sa Zoom meeting. Ayun.
Mahirap connect sometimes actually on Zoom.
Exactly, totoo.
Diba?
Totoo.
Tama yan. Even for mga script readings ko, like we do it all on Zoom now, of course, and mahirap makonnect or to even feel the other actors. So I agree with that. Next question ko, how do you think the world would be different if bananas were illegal?
Bakit naman daw ganyan? Siguro ang daming
Crime?
maraming magnanakaw. Kasi bagsak yun. Kasi may mga ibang bansa na malakas ang banana, di ba?
Yes,
Industry
tama.
nila Siguro
Tama.
yung iba, imbes na since wala naman na silang illegal na yung banana, baka pumasok na lang sa Nakakatawa yung tanong.
Nakakatawa yung question. Hindi ako sasagot for that question. What current trend makes no sense to you?
Ano ba? Hindi naman no sense talaga. Pero napapalitan na kasi yung natin yung hilig natin pagdating sa palabas. Siguro yung mga Korean, mga K-dramas, mga gano'n.
I was gonna say the same thing. Sangayon ako dyan.
Di ba?
Ridiculous.
Sige, okay. Andun na ako sa point na maganda yung mga story nila. O sige, andun na tayo. Pero kasi, alam mo yun, mas ang dami na kasi ngayon na na-apply na nila yung culture ng pagiging Korean.
Oo, BTS. Diba? Mga K-dramas.
Hindi naman ako against. Okay lang naman, pero wag nang wag nang
Gaya.
isa buhay.
Yeah.
Wag na lang isa buhay, di ba? Manood na lang tayo.
Totoo.
Maging inspiration na lang tayo doon sa mga ginagawa nila. Di ba?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kasi
ang ganito na lang.
I mean, in fairness, magandang storytelling nila and magandang cinematography nila. I can respect that for sure. Pero, wag sa buong buhay. You know?
Totoo.
Walang lahat ng culture dito. It's
Correct.
taken after K-pop, K-dramas. Diba?
Correct.
I want us to really maintain the Filipino culture at the same time. And sana we don't go too far into K-drama or mga ganyan na content. But yeah, tama yan. I would agree. I don't really see the trends with BTS. And ang daming BTS fans dito sa Pinas. Like, die-hard fans.
Okay lang naman yun, pero ayun nga, yung iba kasi nagbibis,
Yeah. Napanood ka ng Squid Game?
Yes, napanood ka ng Squid Game.
Halimbawa yan, diba? Magandang series yan. Like, sobra. Na-amaze ako.
Maganda yung story niya. Pero kung isa kang part ng production, director, producer, makikita mo pa rin yung may mga butas do sa story.
Na totoo. Actually, hindi ko nakita yung butas, pero I'm sure ikaw, kasi you're a writer, nakita mo.
Daming question, pero madadala ka doon sa sa mga nangyayari.
Oo nga.
Ayun.
Oo nga. Okay, my last fast question for you. Your best actor in a comedic role in Philippine politics.
Alam mo na kung sino.
Sino? Sagot! Sige na!
Duterte.
Best actor.
Best
actor talaga
actor
si
in a comedic role yan eh.
Yeah, comedy king sa Philippine politics.
Exactly. Hindi,
Para
hindi mo
sa akin,
hindi mo makuha yung kung kailan siya seryoso or hindi.
yeah, totoo. Para sa akin, Duterte is a very good answer. I would say right now, I love Manny Pacquiao. Like, he's a legend here in the Philippines. Legendary boxer, pero boxing lang. Please, just stay in boxing. Kasi I don't know if you've been watching him sa mga press conferences niya and sa mga debates niya. I just wish he would speak Filipino. Kasi hindi siya marunong mag-English, but he really tries, right? And walang sense sa sinasabi niya. Like, wala. Nakakahiya. And it's hard because he's getting bashed. Like, he's getting bashed in a lot of different forms. And ayoko na ganyan because he's a legend here and like a great representative of the Philippines for boxing. Pero dapat sa boxing lang. Wag sa politics, please.
Exactly. Totoo.
Okay,
Pero
that's all.
hindi ko alam kung mag-agree ka dito may mga politicians talaga na mukhang tanga pero okay naman.
Matotoo.
Diba? Pero
So,
may
feeling
mga
Si Pacquiao yan.
hindi. Actually hindi naman.
Hindi naman.
Hindi rin.
Sino? Halimbawa.
Sa ngayon wala pa eh. Ang hirap nga actually yung mga kakandidato nga ngayon parang hirap din mamili talaga eh.
Hirap.
Totoo.
It's hard. It's scary to think that we might not have any good candidates right now for president. Although I like Mayor Isko. I've always been a fan of him, and I like him because baka he will support the film industry just because he was an actor dati, right? So baka may understanding siya of the film industry, and he'll give us more leeway in the future.
And, ako taga Manila ako eh. Actually, si Isko, okay talaga si Isko kung paano niya binago yung Manila. Kasi gumanda talaga ang Manila. Pero ito lang kung papasok siya ng pagiging president, hindi ko alam kung
ready siya.
Kung ready siya para doon. Siguro kung senador, okay pa eh. Diba? Kung senador, okay pa eh. Pero yung president, ang laki na nun eh. Ang laki ng hawak niya eh.
Laking responsibility, diba? Tama.
Mm.
I think yan ang worry ng mga tao is, does he have the experience to be a president?
Siguro kung kaya man niya, kaya man niya, yung mga advisor.
Oo, dapat may
mamili siya ng matinong advisor.
Tama. Tama yan. Okay, that's our political talk for tonight. Tapos na.
Tama na.
Political show. Baka mabash. Okay, there you go, guys. Direk, I just want to say maraming salamat. We've come to the near conclusion of our show. You were in the spotlight today, so I just want to thank you for all your wonderful answers.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Nico.
Yes, walang anuman. My pleasure. In exploring the new creative revolution in filmmaking, I like the sound of that. The new creative revolution in filmmaking. What do you think would still emerge in the coming months? Innovative ideas that you'd like to suggest? Yan ang final question ko para sa'yo.
Siguro para sa akin, mas tumutok tayo sa gusto nating sabihin sa mga tao. Mas ibigay natin yung gusto nating iparating doon sa mga tao. True visual. True visual. Ang mga tao kasi ngayon, madaling mas madaling makuha pag may pinapanood eh.
Tama.
Siguro yun yung way yun na alam mo yun, may ipakita mo kung ano yung dapat na maging tayo bilang Pilipino pagdating sa film din.
Yes.
Ayun.
Maganda yan. Magandang sagot actually, and I hope we can go there somewhat. I mean, syempre it's going to take time for us to ever get to that point. Pero sana we emerge into that in the near future. Okay, actually, my last question. Hindi naman question, pero message na lang. How about, give me your advice and message to your veterans, seniors, mentors in the industry. As a younger filmmaker, what would your message to them be? As sort of an opposite viewpoint.
For me, siguro ipagpatuloy nila yung magagandang story. Yan, ipagpatuloy nila yan. Kasi magandang inspiration yan para sa mga katulad namin na baguhan sa pagdidirect, lalo na sa film.
Oo.
Kasi lalo na yung mga kabataan ngayon, mas creative sila, lalo na technically. Diba? Sana mas matutunan ng mga young filmmakers doon sa mga senior, hindi ba senior na, mga batikan na director, kung paano tumayo yung magandang story.
Oo.
And then, siguro ako din, advice din sa mga young filmmaker din. Siguro wag matakot na tumalon sa bangin. Kasi dalawa lang naman pwede mangyari sa'yo eh. It's either magkaroon ka ng pakpak para lumipad or may sasalo sa'yo.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ganang advice yan. All right, our viewers, young filmmakers, makinig kayo. That's very good advice from a director with experience. Starting this October, mga kaibigan, we are going to start our dating segment called Bet Ko, Pet Mo. Kaya for those who love pets, and alam nyo, I love pets. I have a cat that is 1 year old, sobrang makulit. She chews up every apple cord I have in this house. Wala akong Apple charger now because of her. Pero I love her. And if you guys are interested to have a meetup with me, Nico Loco, at the end of the season, seryoso to eh, kaya join ka na. Please send a 2-minute video intro about yourself with your beautiful pet. Participants should be from NCR and or nearby province only. Bet mo yun? For more details, please send email to boulderchannelph@gmail.com. Direk Elvin, maraming salamat for joining the show tonight. I hope you had fun. Did you have fun?
Yes, oo, syempre. Sayang wala si Direk Ed, no?
Oo nga eh. I was excited.
Mas marami rin tayong makukuha or matututunan about Direk Ed.
Tama, I was excited about that because of course you guys are different age brackets. So kaya magkaiba yung experiences mo in film. So I was curious to see the differences
Exactly,
from an old school filmmaker to a new school filmmaker. Okay lang yan. Maybe we'll get him in an upcoming episode.
Correct.
I want to wish you good luck and we hope to see more of your projects. I'm hoping that we can do a project Seguro one day.
Sure.
Yes.
Mangyayari yan.
Yes. Kaya natin yan. I have your contact now, so we'll keep in touch. Lastly, anything you'd like to promote or acknowledge, your social media platforms, any upcoming projects?
Siguro add nyo na lang ako sa Facebook. Yun lang yun. Tapos doon lang naman ako nagpo-post ng mga project ko. Tapos IG, yun. Vin Palmiano. Yun lang. Walang Al, Vin lang, Palmiano.
Vin.
Na dire-diretso. Tapos Facebook, Alvin Palmiano. Yun lang.
Does your production company have a mismong Instagram as well?
Oo. Meron din pala. Yan, Signal Fire Incorporated. Yun lang. Tapos meron din kaming Facebook page. Signal Fire.
Perfect.
At lahat ng mga ginawa namin halos.
Portfolio mo. lahat.
Portfolio.
Gone. Perfect. Well, you guys heard it. Check out his company page, Signal Fire, as well, to see some of the projects that he's working on right now. Brief Encounter would like to thank Direct Vince Bustos for connecting us with our fantastic guests. Well, it was supposed to be plural, but our fantastic guest tonight. Bukas, Friday at the Boulder Channel, join Yanni Mayo. That's Yanni Mayo on Kalokal at 7:30 p.m. She's a fantastic host and very entertaining. As well, Mark Way on Bliss, Out and About at 9 p.m. That is Mark Way on Bliss, Out and About, which is a series that is all about BL shows. So they interview BL actors, BL directors, lahat doon about BL at 9 p.m. Last but not least, this is a tradition here that Alvin on Brief Encounter. We have a quote of the week. I have these ideas throughout the week, and I like to jot them down, Minsan. And this is my quote for this week. Mga Boulder peeps, actually, this was a very challenging last 2 weeks for me. It's been very emotional. It's been difficult. I've been going through a lot of challenges. I won't dive into what they were, but it's been a hard week. And sometimes it's actually good for me to hear my own advice. Kaya I'm excited for this quote tonight. Makinig kayo. Everything can change in an instant. One day, one opportunity, one decision, one person, one situation can flip your entire life upside down for the good or even for the bad. If things aren't great right now, know that better days are ahead. Know what you want. Believe that you deserve it. Plan how to get it. Move towards it. But do not attach your happiness to it. Happiness comes from you, from your mind, from your mind state. No amount of money or success will make you happy if you aren't happy right now. In many cases, money and success makes the unhappy even more depressed. I know it's hard to believe, pero it happens, guys. Maraming tao sa mundo that are rich, pero they're depressed and unhappy. But it makes the happy and grateful even more happy. I hope that hits you guys kasi medyo emotional ako as I say that, because I've been attaching my happiness to, my career. I mean, my career is a big part of my happiness, pero that happiness comes from within and from your family and from your friends. Kasi sometimes things don't work it out. They don't work out. But we shouldn't rely on things that are out of our control. Dapat things that we can control. Kaya your happiness has to come from within. So I'm trying to listen to my own advice. I already feel better after saying that. So maraming salamat, guys. Boulder peeps, my lovely, beautiful Thursdays. Stay safe, be playful, but be mindful. Ako po si Nico Loco, and you've just watched another fun and insightful episode of Brief Encounter, your most playful Thursday habit, only here on the Boulder Channel. Kita-kits next Thursday. Thanks, Alvin.